Welcome everyone to Discover This. What were you all doing on March 31st, 1973? Well, 11,000 of you were inside the San Diego Sports Arena here, waiting for the Muhammad Ali and Ken Norton fight. So Muhammad Ali's people, basically Don King, were looking for an opponent that Ali shouldn't have any trouble with. So they offered it to Ken Norton, who was really coming around and making a name for himself. And they offered him $50,000 to fight Muhammad Ali for 12 rounds in San Diego, which was Ken Norton's adopted hometown. So about a week before the fight, both fighters came to San Diego and set up their training camps to prepare for the big match. And both camps set up training camp at what was the LeBaron Hotel in Mission Valley, which was on the same property as the Town and Country Hotel, if you're familiar with that, just south of the Fashion Valley Mall. This is really the only building left from the LeBaron, and it's actually the one we want to see. So you can see on this map of the property today, the Town and Country facilities are over here, and the Regency Tower and meeting rooms and things are right here. So this is what we're focusing on, and that would be this building here, and the Regency Ballroom is where Muhammad Ali had set up his training camp. Now somewhere on the property here of the LeBaron Hotel is where Ken Norton also set up his training facility. I doubt they were in the same room, but if the ballroom's on that top floor, which I believe it is, looks like there's one at the other end also. So he could have been, Ken Norton could have been down there, or he could have been in another room. I'll show you another possibility here. Now, one thing Muhammad Ali did was he would open up his training camp to the public for public workouts, and for $3 per person from noon until 6 p.m. He would allow the public to come in and watch him work out, maybe take a few photos and things like that. So Regency Tower, and then you can see they've torn down and built those condominiums and whatnot down there, apartments. So that's what's left. Just another view of this Regency Tower building. So this is where Muhammad Ali and his training staff, they all stayed here at the LeBaron, and then they also trained here, obviously. And then Ken Norton just trained here. He stayed at a different property, which we'll show you in a little bit. Now, one other possibility for Ken Norton's training facility is the Town and Country Convention Center right here, which is actually on the same property. The LeBaron and the Town and Country shared the same property, just two different entities. But this convention center building was open at the time, and it's full of meeting rooms and ballrooms and things. So I just don't think Ken Norton would have been training at the same Regency Ballroom as Muhammad Ali. So this is just a possibility. So if you're familiar with the area at all, Mission Valley, Fashion Valley Shopping Center, you know the Riverwalk golf course is right across the street. Back in the day, when we're talking about this fight and the training and whatnot, the driving range for the golf course was right here, right across from the Town and Country Convention Center on Fashion Valley Road. Now they've reconfigured the golf course in recent years and moved the driving range. It's about 400 yards or so north up that way. But it was right here in this little pocket right here. The lake wasn't there, obviously. It's just the driving range. And As part of Muhammad Ali's workout, he would run around it was known as the Stardust Golf Club at the time, so now it's Riverwalk, but it was Stardust. So he would run on the jogging paths pretty much every morning. He would take a jog around the golf course on the cart path. So one particular morning, football player Deacon Jones was right over here at the driving range, getting ready to hit a few balls and get ready for his session and his round of golf. So he was approached by Angelo Dundee, Muhammad Ali's trainer, and they started talking and jibber-jabbing a little bit. A few minutes later, Muhammad Ali came running up after his jog around the cart path, and he said hi to Deacon Jones, and then went for another little run, a little bit of a shorter run. So the club pro who was coming over to give Deacon Jones some pointers asked Angelo Dundee if he thought Muhammad Ali would want to hit a few balls when he got done running. So Angelo Dundee basically told him, ask him yourself, kind of thing. So Muhammad Ali showed back up. The club pro asked him if he'd like to take a few swings, and he said sure. And we actually have some photos here showing him taking his swings. First time he said he had ever swung a golf club, hit a golf ball. And that all happened right here, right across from where he was staying at the LeBaron Hotel. So while Muhammad Ali and his crew were staying down at the LeBaron, Ken Norton and his team came up here to the La Jolla University City area and were staying at what was then the La Jolla Village Inn. It's now the Sheraton. It's right behind the La Jolla Village Square Shopping Center. But back in the day it was the La Jolla Village Inn. And I believe the reason Ken Norton stayed up here is because at the time one of his financial backers actually owned the La Jolla Village Inn, so that was probably the deal. But he stayed up here, and then they would drive down each day down to Mission Valley, down to the LeBaron, and do their workouts, and then come back here at night. At the old La Jolla Village Inn, now the Sheraton. So the fight was going to be televised for free on ABC's Wide World of Sports, and the tickets for the fight were anywhere from $15 to $100. And after you got inside, if you wanted a program, those were $3. But the place was sold out. So as for the fight, it did go 12 rounds. And in the end, Ken Norton won in a split decision, which surprised everyone, including Howard Cosell, who was calling the fight for ABC's Wide World of Sports. Now during the fight, Ken Norton actually broke Muhammad Ali's jaw in the second round. And at the end of the second round, Angelo Dundee wanted to call the fight, and Muhammad Ali wouldn't let him. He refused. He wanted to continue fighting. And Muhammad Ali actually did all 12 rounds, 10 of which were with a broken jaw. So he's a stud. That's why he was the greatest. So after the fight, everyone was in shock, especially Don King. And while Norton and his team were celebrating, Ali's trainer, Angelo Dundee, was trying to treat Muhammad Ali, and he knew they had to take him somewhere to get his jaw repaired. So Angelo Dundee knew he had to bring Muhammad Ali somewhere to get his jaw fixed, and he was given directions to Claremont Community Hospital in the Claremont area of San Diego. Right back there, that's the intersection of Genesee and Mount Etna in Claremont. And then right over here is where Claremont Community Hospital used to be. So it was Claremont Community Hospital for many, many years. And then when it outlived its use as a hospital, the County of San Diego took it over, and it became the San Diego Regional Crime Lab for the San Diego County Sheriff's Department. So all the property and evidence went there and did a bunch of lab work and things like that. And then when they needed to modernize, they built a new building for all that stuff, and the hospital, or what was the hospital, was all torn down. And I'm sure they're going to build another nice new high-rise condominium or something here, but this is where Muhammad Ali was brought. And he was in surgery for an hour and a half to repair his jaw and get his jaw set. And think about it, he fought for 10 more rounds with a broken jaw. I can't get over that. So because of the outcome of this fight, which Ken Norton won, fight number 2 was held on September 10th, 1973 in Los Angeles. And Muhammad Ali won that fight by a split decision. Then 3 years later, on September 28th, 1976, Muhammad Ali and Ken Norton had fight number 3 at Yankee Stadium in New York. And Muhammad Ali won that one by a unanimous decision. So that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, for our little story about the Muhammad Ali and Ken Norton fight. A little bit of San Diego sports history there. So, quite a great outcome for our adopted San Diego boxer, Ken Norton. So, I appreciate you watching. I really do thank you. Please spread the word. Please like and subscribe. And we will see you next time on Discover This.